morning, everyone. Nice to meet you again. Welcome to our lesson. So, I am Miss Dabo and we'll be doing mathematics for grade 8 today. Welcome back. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us again today. Thank you so much. Okay, so yesterday, guys, I gave you a home activity. So for our home activity number 2, because we did complete some of the questions on our home activity, so our number 2 is presented here. You can see number 2. This is your number 2. This one here. Number 2, we have D, C, E, and here's our F. F will be doing it together. Ne? We'll be doing our F together, right? I hope you guys got most of it right, but I know you guys did get it, most of it right. Okay, so let's do number F. Okay, so guys, let's look at number F. Number F is saying that okay, so number F is saying MQ and PO are line segments. So from M to Q is our line segment, and from O to P to O is our line segment again. So in this case, let's just use let's use P to O as our line segment, and we all know that our line segment, our straight line, equals to 180 degrees, right? Right. Okay, so since from P to O equals to 180 degrees, and we only have 2 angles on the other side of PO, those 2 angles are angle 3L and angle 2L. And angle 2L is 46 degrees. So it means that when we add 46 degrees and angle 3L, which is this one here, when we add them, they must give us 180 degrees. This will treat this as our half cycle, ne guys? Okay, so let's write our equation first before we can calculate, because now you can see we are using this line here from P to O as our line segment, ne? So we can say it's on the right hand side. It's on the right hand side, so we are calculating for angle 3L, right? So let's calculate for angle 3L. Okay. So we must start with our equation first. So part of our game yesterday, there was a question that says, should you start with your equation first when you are solving a problem, or must you just jump to your final answer? And most of you got it right. Yes, we must start with our equation first before we can have our final answer. So let's write our equation for angle L3. Ne? So angle L3, we have 46 degrees plus angle L3 equals to 180 degrees. Ne? So we'll have our, okay, let's make this a capital letter because it was a capital letter. And then we'll have our L3 equals to 180 degrees minus 46 degrees, and then our L3 will be 134 degrees. So that's our answer for angle L3. Ne? Okay, let's make this, let's put angles here. All right. So 180 degrees. Don't forget to put your degrees to show that it's 180 degrees. It's not just 46. It's 46 degrees. Ne? Okay. So guys, I like to say that we must verify our answer. Ne? So when we verify our answer, let's write it down. Verifying our answer. So when we verify our answer, 46 degrees plus 134 degrees must give us 180 degrees, because this L3 angle presents 134 degrees. So let's add them and see if we are correct. Plus 46 degrees equals to, please add them in there in your calculator to see if you indeed get 180 degrees, and our answer is 180 degrees. Ne? And I know most of you got it right, and if you got it right, there in the comments, just comment yes. This, for those who are just joining us, guys, this is yesterday's home activity number F. Ne? Thank you so much. I see positive comments there. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the next angle. So let's do show. Okay, so we calculated for angle L3. So now the remaining angles are Y4 angle and Y5 angle, right? And when we add the angles together, they must give us how much? They must give us 180 degrees, right? Yes. Yes. So they must also give us 180 degrees. So let's calculate them again. So let's do our equation for angle Y5. Let me see. Guys, and for those who were, thank you so much. Okay, for those who were not here yesterday, they're asking me about the icebreaker game. So for those who were not here yesterday, we were playing a game, guys. Ne? We were playing a game, and most of you got it correct. Okay, guys, I'm looking for the questions, yesterday's questions. Okay, guys, so let's see this one here, right? Now, guys, you remember now we want to calculate for y4 and y5. So we did vertically opposite angles, guys. Ne? So in this case, it means that our y4 equals to what? Can you see the 46 degrees? We have 46 degrees, which is vertically opposite to y4. That means what? It means our y4 equals to what? Guys, can you say there in the comments? You see this 46 degrees is vertically opposite to y4. So it means our y4 equals to 46 degrees, right? So in this case, we already have 46 degrees as our y4. Why? Because it's vertically opposite to L2 angle. You can see it, right? They are vertically opposite here. I'm pointing it if you'll be able to see it. Okay, let's write. So now we are only calculating for, okay, y4 angle equals to okay, guys, so y4 equals to 46 degrees because it's vertically opposite to L2 angle, and L2 angle equals to 46 degrees. So now we only left with calculating the value for y5. And when we calculate the value for y5, here's our equation. We'll have our 46 degrees, which is y4 plus y5 plus 91 degrees equals to 180 degrees. And we'll have our y5 equals to 180 degrees minus 91 minus 46, and then our y5 will be 43 degrees. So we are done with our home activity, guys. For those who got it correct, can you please there in the comments just comment yes. There in the comment, yes, it's 33 degrees. Well done, Tanisha, Nyati, and Lesedi. And Will, yes. Thank you so much. All right, this is good. That's good, guys. So let's put our degrees before we move on to today's lesson. Okay, thank you, guys. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so for today we'll be doing parallel lines cut by transversals. We did this last week, and we are continuing with the topic. So at the end of the lesson, you must be able to know to differentiate between corresponding angles, alternate angles, and co-interior angles. So I have the diagram below here, which is showing the interior and the exterior. So okay, let's do this so that I can show you guys. Okay, guys, so these black lines, you see black lines there, those black lines are our parallel lines. This black lines, these two black lines are our parallel lines, and this red line here is transversal. Ne? So you see the inside there, it's our interior. The interior is the inside and the outside is our exterior. Ne? Okay, and then we also have angles. So when the transversal intersects with these two lines, which are our parallel lines, it forms how many angles? It forms 8 angles. You can see the first one, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. It forms 8 angles. When the transversal line intersects, crosses these parallel lines, it forms 8 angles, right? We can still remember that. So let's recap fast. Ne? The definitions for corresponding angles, alternate angles, and co-interior angles. Okay, guys, so here's a recap. Ne? So on our recap here, we have, okay, interior. So interior refers to the region between the two lines. You can see those two lines, ne? The between the parallel lines is our interior, and our exterior is outside the parallel lines. Outside the parallel lines, there are two sides, left hand side and the right hand side, and then that's our exterior. You can see our exterior here in the diagram. I draw this diagram for you guys. Here's our exterior. So let's get on to corresponding angles. What are corresponding angles? So corresponding angles are the same side of transversal, one interior and one exterior. Next, so here's our exterior and here's our interior. So they say one interior and one exterior. So one angle from exterior and one angle from interior. So in this case, we can see that our first example, our first pair is B and E, and our second one will be A and G. That's our left hand side. So on our right hand side, we must also have one interior and one exterior. Ne? So one exterior will be our C, another interior will be our F, and then we'll have our D as our interior and our exterior as our H. One interior and one exterior. Guys, this is just a recap from what we did before we can answer the questions. Ne? Okay, so let's move on to alternate angles. So alternate angles, the definition there, they say they are both interior angles at opposite ends of transversal. So when they say they are both interior, so you must only focus on your interior, not your exterior. We don't look at our interior, but we look at our exterior. Next. We look at our exterior, guys. Ne? Okay, so there in our interior, we have A, E, F, D. Ne? But then the pairs of alternate angle, they say that they are opposite. So when they say they are opposite, we can see here that A is opposite to F and D is opposite to E. We can see that, right? And we'll only have two pairs. Two pairs with how many angles? With 4 angles. Two pairs, 4 angles, right? Okay, so let's move on to the last one. So the last one will be co-interior angles lie on the same side of the transversal. Now, okay, of the transversal, but inside the parallel lines. So in this case, on the same side of the transversal, so on the left hand side and on the right hand side. There's no opposite in this case, and again, we are only focusing on the interior, not the exterior. Guys, only the interior and on the same side. So our interior obviously have two sides. So our first pair will be D and F, and our second pair will be A and E, right? You can see that. Okay, so let's go back to our corresponding angles before we can go and answer our questions. Okay, so on our corresponding angles, another thing you must know is that corresponding angles are equal. Ne? They are always equal all the time. So it means that since A is corresponding to E, they must be the same degrees. If A is 4, it means E must be 4. Now, if B is 4, it means E must be 4 because they are corresponding. B and E, they must be equal. So if, for example, another example is A and G, one exterior and one interior. So if A, for example, is 90 degrees, G must be 90 degrees. So any pair of corresponding angles are equal. Name. Okay, so any corresponding angles are equal, they are the same, they are congruent, they have the same degrees. Now, okay, so the second last one will be our alternate angles. Our alternate angles, again, they are also equal. Now, so our alternate angles, you know that it's interior on the inside. Nah? Inside our interior, and they are opposite. So if A, now you can see that A is opposite to F. So A is opposite to F. So if A is 40 degrees, then definitely F must be 40 degrees. Another pair is D and E. They are interior and they are opposite to each other. So if D is 40 degrees, E definitely, it must be 40 degrees. They must be equal. Okay. So the last one will be co-interior angles. Co-interior angles lies on the same side of the transversal, on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side. So it means that co-interior angles, they are not the same. They must not be equal, these ones. You remember that those two we were talking about, corresponding angles and alternate angles, they are equal. But co-interior angles, they must not be equal. Just remember that. Next, guys, please. So co-interior angle, they must sum to 180 degrees. So it basically means when you add your D and your F, because it's our co-interior angles, our first pair, we can say, if you add D and F, they must give you 180 degrees. Its degrees, they must give you 180 degrees when you add both of them. Name. Okay, they are also supplementary, ne guys? Okay, so let's move on to our class activity. Okay, guys, I'm sorry for going too fast. Sorry for going too fast. Okay. Let's go back to our activity. Okay, so our class activity for today is draw lines. So here we'll be drawing lines. We'll be drawing parallel lines cut by our transversal. Now, guys, in the comment here, someone is asking, why are you so soft? Hawaii P8 Light, can you please put another comment and explain, please? Okay, so our class activity exercise 12.5, number 1, they say draw lines MN and PQ parallel to each other. So you know parallel are those two lines. We just did that right now, those two lines. So the first line will be MN from N to N, and the second one will be P to Q, and then full stop. And then they say draw transversal RT to cut MN and PQ. So our transversal line is cutting, will form 8 angles. It intersects with MN and PQ. Now, okay, and at A and B respectively. Okay, so now we must draw our own transversal lines. Okay, guys, now can you hear me? I think now you guys can hear me. So they are asking us basically to draw. So guys, look at the number one clearly. Look at number one. Number one, you must draw the line. So there in your paper, just draw your transversal, your parallel lines cut by transversal. Please do that fast. And don't forget to mention your MN and PQ. Ne. Guys, I'm giving you just a minute to draw your diagram. Okay, I think you're done. So let's do it together, guys. Let's do it together. Guys, 15 minutes left. Guys, you know what, ne? I feel like you guys, you must put your mind here. Don't think about we have limited time. We don't have going. Okay, guys, we are back. Okay, so let's do our number one. Ne? Guys, put your mind here, please. You need to concentrate here. You really need to concentrate. Ne? Okay, so let's do our parallel lines first. Ne? They're not straight, so we have our parallel lines here. Here are our parallel lines. So we can name this one from M to O. Ne? And then the second parallel line is from P to Q. Yes. So let's change the color to do our transversal line. So our transversal line will be navy blue. Ne? So there goes our transversal line. So our transversal line is R to T. You can see that, right? And they said that at A and B respectively. Ne? So here's our A, and let's put our B right here, or the other way around, guys. It's totally fine. Our transversal line, I just wanted to put my A right here and my B right here. Yes, so we are done. Guys, did you do something like this? There in the comments, just comment yes if you did something like this. If your structure or your diagram looks more or less the same way like this one. Oh yes, that's perfect. Perfect. Yes, that's good. So they say draw a line MN. So here's our M to N, M to N, and then from P to Q. So from our P, and here's our Q, parallel lines, draw transversal line RT. So our R and our T, right? And then AB, at AB respectively, here's our A and here's our B. So number 1.1.1, they're saying which are write down a pair of corresponding angles. So now we must determine our corresponding angles, ne? And we must have how many pairs? We must have 4 pairs, ne? And we know that corresponding angles is one exterior and one interior. Ne? So that will be our first pair. So in this case, our first pair will be MBT angle, because from MBT forms one angle, which is this one right here. Ne? So our second pair, so we'll have MBT corresponding to PAB, and it will form our angle just right here. Now, okay, we have 10 minutes remaining. So guys, let me show you. Okay. So guys, here's our corrections. Ne? So our corrections, the first pair of corresponding angles will be our MBT. You can see that, right? MBT, that's our first pair. MBT and PAB. Our second pair will be MBA and PRA. Our second pair MBA, MBA, which is our interior, MBA, and our second pair will be PAR. You can see that our exterior and our interior, one interior and one exterior. Now, I hope we get that right. And our third pair will be TBN and BAQ. Our fourth pair will be NBA and QAR angles. Ne? Okay, let's go to our core interior angles. We said that our core interior angles, we only focus on the interior and they are on the same side of the transversal. So when we check here, when we look at our core interior angles on the same side of the transversal. So we'll have NBA and BAQ. NBA and BAQ. You can see from here, from NBA, we have our angle right here. And from BAQ, we'll have our angle right here. Now, okay, that's our second pair core interior angles, and you remember that they are not equal. When you add both of them, they must give you 180 degrees, right? So the second pair for our core interior angles will have to be MBA. That's our first angle. It's an angle here, and then the second one will be PAB. So that's our second pair core interior angles, NBA and BAQ. Second one, MBA and PAB. Now, so let's move on to our alternate angles. So our alternate angles, they must be equal on the opposite sides. Now, we only focus on the interior and opposite angles. They are opposite angles on our interior, not exterior. We are only focusing on our interior between our parallel lines. So the first angle will be MBA. So MBA will form an angle here, and MBA is opposite to an angle that is here, which is BAQ, right? Those are our first pair. So let's do the second pair. The second pair must be an angle that is somewhere right here and right here. It's opposite to this one. So our second one will be MNBA and PAB. You can see that, guys, right? Okay, so we'll have MBA and BAQ. The second one will be NBA and BAP. Now, guys, thank you so much. Guys, I would like you to send me your parallel lines cut by transversal, what you did draw, by email. Ne? I will write you my email here on the screen so that you can send me and I can take a look at them. Okay, so let's do this one first. 5 minutes remaining. So guys, tell me the value of R, angle R, because R is opposite angle to 80 degrees. They are vertically opposite. So what is the value for R? The value for R is 80 degrees. The reason, what is the reason? The reason is they are vertically opposite. You can see that they are vertically opposite. Now, okay, so we are done with R. They are vertically opposite. The value of R is 80 degrees. Now, so now we must find the value for P. But before we can find the value for P, now guys, we can see that this 80% here is corresponding angle to this angle right here. Can you see that? One interior and one exterior. Can you see that? This angle right here and this one right here. And when we have our 80 degrees right here, let me do a slideshow so that we can demonstrate it much easier. Okay, guys. So I said that R equals to 80 degrees. Nay, and our reason is they are vertically opposite. That's the reason why R equals to 80 degrees. Vertically opposite. Yeah. So I'm saying that you can see this 80 degrees right here. It's corresponding to an angle right here. They are corresponding angles because this one is our exterior and this one is our interior, and corresponding angles is one interior and one exterior, one exterior and one interior, and they are equal. You remember that the only angles that are not equal is co-interior angles, and then corresponding angles and alternate angles, they are equal. So this basically means that 80 degrees, this angle represents 80 degrees, 80 degrees, and this 80 degrees is vertically opposite to P. That makes our P what, guys? There in the comment, just comment our P equals to yes, that's very good. That's very good. Our P equals to 180 degrees because it is vertically opposite to 80 degrees. Yes. Our P is also 80 degrees. You can see the reason why it's 80 degrees. And again, guys, we can see that this 80 degrees is is alternate angle to this one because it's they are both interior and they are opposite. You can see that they are opposite. Alternate angles, they are alternate angles, and our alternate angles must be equal. So again, our P equals to 180 degrees. This is another reason. You can say P equals to 80 degrees because they are alternate angles, and alternate angles are equal, right? Yes. Okay, that's good. Guys, if you understand, just comment yes. I hope I made this a bit easier for you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, our time is up. So guys, for your home activity, please do your home activity. Why? So that you won't be confused tomorrow when we do our calculation and we are solving our geometric problems. Please, it's very important to do your home activity so that you won't be confused or anything tomorrow. So guys, thank you so much for joining me again. Home activity number 2, complete your number 2 and your number 3. It's long, but you must do it all together so that tomorrow you'll understand more basically, and you won't be confused. You will understand more. You'll just be a perfect learner, a mathematics 100% perfect learner, and you'll get your highest marks. You will get your 80%, your 90%. Just do your work and concentrate. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Just take a screenshot of this home activity. Let me send you my email so that you can send me your diagram. Don't forget to send me your diagram. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to send me a diagram. I just want to see how well you did, because I know you guys did very well. So just send me your diagram. Thank you so much. Bye.